I remember that a while back we were just kind of talking about Dylan as we do, and then you pulled out this incredible anecdote that I had never heard about Bob Dylan, and you have to share this because I think this is one of the coolest stories that I've heard about Dylan.
Personal
to be honest.
anecdote.
Yeah.
Well, it came from a tour manager of ours that is still really close friends, George Allen, who he was like one of the first people we ever went on the road with, really, as the Magic Numbers, like back in 2004 or 5, and we would hang out, and George he's a character anyway, like, so and mad things always kind of happen around him, or he creates crazy situations. And but also, just to give you a little background on George as well, is that like we'd be sat in the in the van or in the bus, whatever, listening to music, and he would come in and say we were listening to Bob Dylan. He'd be like, I love Bob Marley, I do. Or like Bob Seger. But he probably doesn't know Bob Seger, but you know what I mean.
Just
like,
to wind you up.
Yeah, or just to be like obtuse and funny. But we, and the sound guy as well that we had, Max, who's also a really good friend, like we would listen to Dylan loads. And then Max actually said to me, oh my God, have you not heard George's experience with Bob? And I was like, no, like what? So apparently, and I don't think it would be I definitely trust both these guys but basically George was looking after, so he's been tour managing and teching for different artists and stuff, and he looked after Van Morrison for a while, and there's a lot of stories to be told there, which we won't go into, but
That's for mostly Van Morrison or something.
yeah, mostly Morrison.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he said that whilst he was touring with Van Morrison, he was there on he would sort of set up the stage, and I think he was keyboard tech, or like he was looking after like different instruments and things. And anyway, he was playing some boogie woogie piano on during the load, like everything was loaded in, and sound check was kind of, I think it had either happened already and a couple of hours towards doors, or people hadn't sound checked us yet. But anyway, he was there on the piano playing this kind of boogie woogie kind of piano. And this guy walks in with a hoodie over him, a sort of leather jacket, looking really sort of disheveled. And he didn't really even see like him enter, but he just felt like this guy like on the stage. And then he came and sat right next to him on the piano.
On the bench.
Yeah, on the bench. And sort of smiled and joined in on the piano, and the two of them played for ages, like I think for about 10 minutes.
Jamming.
Yeah, just jamming out. And basically that was that. Nothing really was said afterwards. They parted ways. And then George later on, like during Van's set, like I think Dylan basically came and you know what I mean, like played a song, and he was like, oh my God, that was Bob Dylan. That's the guy that was just there like earlier. So yeah, which is a mad story.
It's such a great story.
And also just really funny, because I'm like, of all the people for it to happen to is like George, who has no like care in the world about like, oh yeah, just some dude. Well, yeah, Bob Dylan, yeah, he was just some dude in a hoodie, whatever. Like, and I'm like, you serious? Like, what? You know how many people would like?
I love that that's the kind of interaction.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you jamming? You mind if I join in?
I love the story for two reasons. Exactly. I think on the one hand, I think that probably, I mean, I don't want to, interpret like Bob Dylan's feelings or whatever, but in my mind, I have the feeling that probably suited Bob Dylan really well, that it was someone who didn't fall off the piano bench when he realized that Bob Dylan had sat down next to him. And then also on the other hand, because I think it says so much about Bob Dylan that he enters the situation and hears someone play something on the piano, and his immediate response is, oh cool, let me join in. Just kind of for the love of music in that moment, and for like the for the sake of the moment, kind of just to get something out of it that can be gotten out of that particular moment.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that says a lot about Dylan as an artist, Dylan as a, as a musician.
It's not like an unsurprising thing, is it? It's kind of like,
Yeah.
like,
Makes sense in a way.
Yeah.
It's great.